On this episode of Chaos and Kindness, we find out what the human mind and body are truly capable of. In an effort to raise money for inner city youth, Justin challenges bandmates Tony and Alex to join him in a triathlon.
Go Alex!
Then, Justin's wife Quinn attempts the unthinkable.
Here we go.
Running the Boston Marathon with no training.
Where am I?
Find out what Justin and the crew are really made of on this episode of Chaos and Kindness.
By now you know there's nothing I enjoy more than an insane challenge. And I have pushed the limits to the highest level on this one. I have committed to doing the Ironman 2022 World Championships in Kona, Hawaii. But the road to Kona has some obstacles, and I'm challenging myself to do as many Ironmans as I can leading up to that event. And I have a big challenge for my friends and family. Unbeknownst to them, I'm gonna be inviting them to join me on the journey. But the beauty in all of this is I have teamed up with the Ironman Foundation, an incredible foundation making a change all over the globe. And this year, my goal is to raise $50,000 along with the Ironman Foundation to change the lives of youth in inner cities. So welcome to a very special episode of Chaos and Kindness. So I'm in week 2 of training for the Ironman Triathlon, and today's the longest bike ride I'll do, which is going to be 35 miles, and I hope to do it at a pace of 20 miles per hour. Last time I cramped up a little bit, and that was at mile 18. More my lower back is the issue that I have to deal with, so today I'm hoping for better results. Swimming has always been the most difficult discipline for me. Never really learned how to properly swim, more just survive in the water. So this is actually my favorite thing to do because I'm learning something new. But it's also the most challenging. And nothing like swimming 1.2 miles in the open water with thousands of other athletes. 10 weeks, baby, let's go.
What are you about to do?
So I'm gonna tell Tony that he has to do the Ironman with me in Galveston, Texas in 10 weeks. He's gonna say no. So for these triathlons I'm doing 5 triathlons. I'm gonna have one person be my guest for every triathlon. You're gonna do the first one with me, which is in 10 weeks in Galveston, Texas. So start getting ready, start preparing a little bit more for that.
Bro.
Don't laugh, Stickles, you're up next.
So, in the box truck with Alex. What up? We just got word from Justin that we are doing a triathlon in 10 weeks. What? 10 weeks, we got 10 weeks. Galveston, Texas, is that it? Galveston? Galveston. Galveston, I don't even know where it's at. Very excited, very nervous, but I think we got this.
I don't even think we know what we're in for yet, so this is going to be amazing, and now cut to just a bunch of suffering.
Woo! We got 10 weeks, so today we came in, we did a 5K Friday. Man, my ankle and my knee are feeling it. How you feeling though, Alex?
Feeling great.
Hell yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
8 miles in today. It's a 12-mile run. 4 weeks to go till the first triathlon. I gotta tell you what, it's lonely, it's hot. That's what this is all about. That's why the races get so emotional. Because you cross the finish line, it's not about the race. It's about the process coming together. The sacrifices you make away from your family, the financial sacrifices on your body, your mental health. All that comes together for one goal.
That is the freestyle that we're looking for. Slow your arms down without stopping. Quick right, a quick left, a quick right. You're on the right tempo. 9 more of those to go. He's doing good. He's come a long way. I think we're getting to the point where you might be able to do this nonstop. Keep
So we're here at Ironman Village right now. It is Thursday. The race is on Sunday. My first Ironman. I don't know if I would call it nervous. I'm excited for sure. So much training, so many hours I've put into this. I'm just ready to go out there and give it my all, push my limits, see what my body could really do. So one of my main concerns is that a couple years ago I did have a leg injury. I broke my femur. I have a metal rod going from my hip to my knee. That's the only concern I really have. If that thing holds up, which I think it will, it's metal, I should be all good. To me, defeat is not an option. I will finish this thing, whether I have to crawl or walk. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna get through this thing the best that I can, and I'm gonna crush this. Let's go.
Here we are, just the afternoon before the big race. The emotions are high, the anxiety's even higher, and we're checking out here what's gonna be a 1.2 mile swim in the ocean, followed by a 56 mile bike ride and a 13 mile run. Today is all about hydrating, getting your head clear and your legs straight. Game on.
Here we are, day before, we're at the actual site.
It's setting in, it's getting real. Got 29 TZ, 28 J-Man, 33 Alex, we're right here.
The worst part is the waiting.
A little anxious, but
Can we just go? I just want to go.
Coming up after the break, Justin, Tony, and Alex face the torture of a triathlon to raise money for inner city youth. Then, Justin's wife Quinn is invited to run the Boston Marathon with no training. How far can willpower alone take her? Find out after the break.
It's 4:30 in the morning. I just left the hotel. The girls and I and Jimmy stayed there so that the guys could get a good night's sleep, have it nice and quiet, get in their zones, just be ready. So I just walked over and I'm gonna head inside. They should be awake.
Good morning. I just wanna make sure I have good breath on the race.
It doesn't even matter how much you actually slept. There's so much excitement and hype.
Getting ready to get some oatmeal
I never wanna have oatmeal ever again.
and get stretched out, throw their stuff in the Jeep, and get this day started. Yeah! On our way to the village. My tummy's a little bit all over the place, but it's, the guys have sacrificed a lot and prepared so much, and I just want them to have the day that they've laid out as their ultimate goal. So many things have to come together, and you know, it's all in their hands, but it just feels really exciting and also very nerve-wracking to just be on the sidelines. It's gonna be a good day.
Here we are at Texas 70.3 Galveston. We're about to get our game on. The first triathlon of the year, raising money for a good cause. 1.2 mile swim coming up. Let's go!
We just got our notification from the app that Justin's in the water. We don't know yet about Alex and Tony, but Justin's in, and so his goal is 45 minutes for the swim. We're gonna head over to the finish, track him, and be there for when he comes out and transitions to the bike. We're running, he just completed the swim. Here he is, here he is. Justin! I'm sure he's hurting, I'm sure that was so hard. Like an ocean swim for the very first time. Never trained in the ocean other than like jumped in and paddled around this week a few times, and it's such a big deal. He just crushed that. Yes! the preparation to get here is something I've never seen before. Many of you know that last year Justin jumped into one of these half triathlons, and it was on like a 24-hour notice just to see if he could do it. And he clearly was bit by some competitive bug that he for sure has within him, and just has the loftiest goals of all time. He is committed in the biggest way. He's one of 50 athletes in the entire world that are representing the Ironman Foundation and their race for change and their goals to just really, really make a difference in the world of underprivileged kids and youth in the African American community, and really just provide opportunities to lead a different lifestyle, to be exposed to things that'll just truly serve them as they grow up. And it's a piece of this whole puzzle that for him is the most fulfilling.
Coming up after the break.
He asked me if I wanted to run the Boston Marathon.
Quinn's coming up every second.
I'm not trained for this. I'm not conditioned for this.
Let's go, pick it up.
Finish the quick start down 15 tomorrow. Since the photographer finish the quick start down.
I'm Quinn, and I am Justin's wife, which is great most of the time. So he calls me one afternoon, and we're chatting about life or whatever, and out of nowhere casually he asked me if I wanted to run the Boston Marathon, which was 2 weeks away, and told me I could think about it, but in the moment I said, yes, I'm doing it, and then immediately time stood still, and it was like, the Boston Marathon, the most iconic and historic and long-running marathon of all time. I'm not trained for this. I'm not conditioned for this. I am not an endurance athlete of any kind. The longest I've ever run was 13 miles, which destroyed me. I did it one day on a whim, and it wrecked me for like weeks. So this is not my jam, but Justin's on this incredible mission with his partnership with the Ironman Foundation to raise awareness and create opportunities for underprivileged youth. And because of their connection and their invitation through him to me to run the Boston Marathon, I really felt like I could be a part of making a great difference for this cause.
The Boston Marathon, mile 6. Quinn's coming up every second, but check out the vibe here.
she is. Let's go, Joe!
Four pace. Push off of me, okay? Head down. Let's go, take it up.
Thank you. I'm very overwhelmed. I never like hit a wall or felt broken. I had people, I had all my people there that I got to check in with 4 times on the race, which was unbelievable. Then I had the motivation of the energy of the city and the crowds was crazy. And then I had like an intention for every mile. So every time I cross the mile, I look at my arm and like see what my next intention was or who it was. And I just like hone in on those thoughts, and it just drove me. It drove me all the way there. I mean, there were a couple times it got rough and I thought my knee might explode or my calf muscle was just gonna lock up. But we can push ourselves to do incredible things. People really can. Like, that's something I never really wanted to do. It's like I wanted to do it. I had it on my list to do, but I never would have just been like, okay, it's time, let's train for a marathon. I never would have done it. So to be thrown into it with barely any notice, but to be given that vote of confidence and that I could presumably finish it, felt like the best challenge that I could never say no to taking on. And it comes at a time when I personally really, really, really needed that. So I just feel overwhelmed. I love that I have all my people here to love and support, and so many people who watched from home and have just been cheering me on every step of the way. It truly is just like one foot in front of the other, and you can get anything done. So I feel good. We can do anything we put our minds to, so don't ever forget that. That's it.
So this is workout number 3 of the day. Earlier today, it was a 5-mile run, then a weight training session.
You're looking good, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm out. Sarah says I can use a snorkel.
Oh, theirs is absolutely not. No.
She's a magic worker. She can fix me, she can fix anybody. Maybe not you.
So we'll turn the music on.
What hurts? My spirit.
You look so hot.
And then you're gonna get in that water. You're gonna swim your hardest.
No.
You're gonna take your time.
Yes.
So as we reinvent chaos and kindness and come
We don't have to leave Keep it the same, it's fine.
And they're gonna win. And there's gonna be a big party afterwards. We're gonna go out, gonna get pizza, gonna get drinks. Oh yeah! Let's